Thank you very much, Mr. President, and I can just agree on what's being said, that it's very welcome if you can contribute more with national contributions. So, dear members of the Standing Committee and dear colleagues, it is said that one should always speak truthfully among friends, and I therefore want to be open with you and state the following regarding the situation for our economical situation. Our organization is having serious financial problems, and now is the time to turn the ship around. In the capacity of the treasurer of the OSCE, I recently received the audit report for the previous financial year. In the report, it is noted that the continued non-payments of the Russian Federation have not been met with corrective measures. This has drained the financial years for the last 4 years. The auditor stresses that if we do not take action now to stop the continued deficit, the reserves will continue to diminish, and this situation poses increased risks that we will not be able to finance the statutory activities of the OSCE. In my previous reports to the Standing Committee, I have repeated that the Assembly is facing financial difficulties which mirrors the geopolitical realities of our region in the OSCE. The Russian Federation has not paid its dues to the OSCE since the outbreak of the full-scale war aggression against Ukraine. And this crisis to our organization is amplified by the fact that other member states have not given their consensus to increase the budget, which I proposed the last year, and it did not compensate for the Russian non-payment, unfortunately, because for the last year, as you might recall in Porto, we agreed on a zero growth budget, and that was very unfortunate. As a result of this, we are in a situation where the expenses are higher than our annual income. Or to speak very clearly, our organization is bleeding money, and it is our responsibility to find a solution for the future of the Assembly. As the elected treasurer, it is my duty to inform the Standing Committee about the financial position of the organization. Speaking in numbers, these are some of the important details as follows. During the last 4 years, 1 million euros has been taken out of the financial reserves. The financial reserve, which should have funds in the amount of a yearly budget, is currently negative by 793 thousand euros. There is also an emergency reserve, which the auditor stresses should not be depleted any further. During the recent financial year, the financial deficit was 269,000 euros. Against this background, I have asked Secretary General to develop an action plan which outlines measures to be taken to ensure that the expenses align with the expected yearly income for the current financial year as well as for the next. Considering that there has been no agreement on increasing the budget, it is my view that the only strategy which member states agree on is to restructure the budget. I welcome, therefore, your remarks on the proposal of restructuring and what to prioritize in a strategic reform. In my instructions to Secretary General, I also have asked for measures which reduces expenses while also safeguarding the Assembly's core activities. I base this on the clear message that I have received previously from the Standing Committee, that the activities of the Assembly, including statutory meetings and election observation missions, must be given priority in the budget. As we meet here in Vienna, I wish to thank the participating states that have met their financial obligations on time, and those that have provided additional support through hosting meetings, secondments, and extra budgetary contributions. Your support is invaluable to the OSCE Parliamentarian Assembly. A more detailed description of all national parliaments contributing beyond their obligations is found in the written version of the Treasurer's report. I also would like to stress that I work closely together with Mr. Pascal Alisard, who chairs the Rules of Procedure Group, on how to make our smallest contributing countries to increase their total share to the budget. And earlier today, we agreed that there will be a proposal from the Rules of Procedure on this, but I think Mr. Alisard will come back to this. So, to conclude, we have now begun the drafting process for the upcoming budget proposal with the assistance of the Secretary General and colleagues in the Secretariat. I look forward to further discussions here in Vienna, as well as in The Hague and in the upcoming Bureau meeting in Copenhagen. In this regard, I wish to repeat that my door is always open for your advice on how to steer the OSCE PA's budget in these challenging times. As treasurer, I am the elected representative for the whole assembly in the budget planning room, and I look forward to hear your comments and your inputs. And I would also like to conclude by thanking President Pere Pons for his support and leadership. Thank you.